Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Um, okay. And like, what's the proportion of Gaelic people to Scottish people? Okay. Okay. And so, when is the election like happening? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, a- and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Uh, so he's most likely to win as well. He's likely to win as well. Oh, okay. Oh. Um, and when's like all of this happening? Like, when does the new leader come to power? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. They're doing that over there too. They do that everywhere. Yeah, I mean, in unstable like countries, it happens a lot. Like where you can't be sure, anyways. Like it happens in Pakistan a lot. Yeah. Uh, I mean, yeah, the elections themselves are fair at least. Like, I think it's worse because the elections are actually fair, unlike with like in these countries where the military actually interferes and stuff like that happens. No, the military always interferes. Yeah. 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 I mean, of course, yeah. 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 I would even say like Yaman. No, no, no. That's also happening, but Armenia and Azerbaijan, but Yemen will like what Saudi Arabia is doing. Yeah. Yeah. In Europe itself, a lot of Syrians came and they didn't really talk about them favorably. Like there's no hysteria about Ukrainian refugees. Yeah, that's what I mean. Hello, factually ADHD. Oh, it's just factually ADHD. Mogul monkey. They're in the stream. Yeah, it's that was like horrendous. Like what the hell? And he's working with Macron as well. Yeah. Oh wait, 1 second. Wow. They're saying you they can't hear you. Um, wait, can you say something? The voice is there. I don't know why it's not working. 1 second. Maybe it's always something. It's the voice always messes up for some reason.
I'll see if I
Headphone
can turn
option.
turn it up
No,
in
I
my
think it's
end.
not yours fault. Can you say something now?
Hello, can you hear me? Apparently, it's saying that it's not coming out now. Let me just try
Oh, can hear
something.
now. Yeah, yeah, it was me. They can hear now. So for
Oh, they
some
can
reason
hear
it
it now.
shows
Okay.
that there's no voice, but like I don't know, it doesn't work for some. It's stupid.
It's weird.
At least I'm not a
It's like
professional streamer like
sometimes it.
Watch.
Yeah, I'm not a professional streamer either. I used to do like a wrestling stream every
Yeah,
week and that, and then I was on another person's stream as well, but uh, not been on them for a while. So,
yeah.
like, you were saying that the military gets involved in the uh, elections in Pakistan.
Yeah. So it's not all unfair, but it's like it's they're direct where things go. Like the previous prime minister, not the previous, one before the previous one was Nawaz Sharif, and all politicians in Pakistan are corrupt, but they sort of use them whenever it's convenient, and they use the courts to get rid of those leaders, so he can't run in elections anymore. He couldn't complete his term. They use the courts to drive him
Yeah,
out, and they also like in my province, Balochistan, they're not fair at all. Like there's no democracy, but in other provinces. There's some democracy, especially in Punjab. There's probably a lot of but they direct them in specific ways. So there's like certain people who are electable, so they're called electables. So basically they're just like local people who the population of that district always votes for, and they just jump between parties, and so that the military also directs them. So if the military wants to, They can just direct them to a party and they can go there, which they sort of did with Imran Khan, who was our previous leader.
Oh, I always, for some reason, I thought Pakistan was a relatively free election. It doesn't get reported
It
on
can
much.
be, but the military is like they did a lot of dictatorships. So half of Pakistan's history is just dictatorships. But uh, there can be fair elections, but they always mess stuff up, and they're like always like there's always engineering politically. Like they mess everything up. Like the military is too powerful in Pakistan. And so the guy they got to power, Imran Khan, he was a he's a former cricketer. He won the World Cup for us.
Yeah,
And
I would have thought that would have made him a national hero in Pakistan, to be
he
honest.
was before. So he created a party and everything seemed like legit, but of course the party wasn't getting a lot of votes. And big new party, everything. And in 2013, his brain broke or something happened. I don't know what happened. He suddenly got very aggressive and just started creating a lot of noise. And his party started expanding as well. Like the people he started the party with, all of them or most of them left because they were like actual ideologues. And
So they actually believed the stuff that they were saying, whereas
yeah,
Imran Khan just went crazy and just
yeah.
started.
So he's kind of like
Say,
a fascist that's obsessed with power now. So he just
oh my
made
god!
deals with the
Like
military.
he used to play cricket in England, didn't he?
Yes, he
Like
was
for an
married
English
to
team.
a very famous, wealthy family in England. But
He
he had
he
children
was
with
like
her.
he seemed like a relatively friendly person when he was a cricketer.
Yeah. I mean, he
Just
was always had a big ego, but that's stars, right? Like this have big egos. Who cares?
yeah,
Like he was married to
yeah, and
someone from the Goldsmiths, which are apparently like a big rich family in England.
Jesus. I mean,
And
he probably had a
yeah,
he probably got some of that ego from the English. To be fair,
I mean, he was, I think, Western educated. But so what happened was that the military realized that he's not like working properly, and every other party sort of banded together and they kicked him out. Like there was a vote of no confidence, he's out because the government was always weak. Like it was like a
uh,
minoritarian government.
so it was like one of those ones where like everyone sort of started side eyeing when he started talking about nuking people.
I didn't really do that, but he was more like he was in like a coalition with other people, and those other people were like they depend a lot of mix of like local and regional interests. So some of them were like he's not focused. There was this person who got like promises from him to help our province Balochistan, but he didn't do much of that. So an actually principal person, so he just left very quickly. And then there were some others who were like uh, sort of like local powerhouses in big cities like Karachi, and they left after like the military and stuff. And so he wasn't left with a lot of options. Now he's just running around. He should be in jail, but he's running around causing trouble.
So it isn't in a way like say over here where like parties tend to be quite narrow things. Like the parties always end up quite wide in Pakistan because of all the different cultures within
Uh,
Pakistan
yeah,
itself.
it's like any parliamentary system, right? Like there's this SNP, which is like there's regional parties, and then there isn't a lot of ideology in an unstable country. Like most of them are right wing at this point, but
Uh,
some are crazier. Like there are religious parties. Like there's probably Christian parties in the UK, right? And there's like a lot of smaller parties here and there that you don't really think about, but they have 2 seats or 1 seat or 5 seats or something like that.
well, over here we sort of have like a. I'd say in Scotland would be the mixture of like the parties that have millions of seats with like say
Yeah,
have the two big parties and then the rest sort of thing. But
yeah.
because we're sort of coming from that past of being a first past the post, it used to just be two parties in Scotland. It used to mainly be Labour. Labour used to dominate Scotland, but
Yeah.
Labour went a little bit to the right. You might have noticed. Like Labour isn't what Labour used to be. It isn't a
Yeah.
socialist party anymore. So that's when the SNP started taking over
Yeah.
Scotland.
Uh,
And the basically shifted the political compass in Scotland to the left.
yeah.
So where everyone is going to the right, like around the world, Scotland is gradually going further to the left. But I feel
That's
like a
cool.
part of the reason Scotland is going further to the left is just to sort of piss off England a little.
It's kind of cool,
Wait.
but Quebec was like that in Canada, but now they're like really right wing. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, Quebec kind of scares me a little bit
Yeah, it's crazy now.
because a lot of people compare Quebec to Scotland, like because of the independence movement, but I personally don't really view it as a one-to-one comparison.
It's really not.
For the simple reason, like, I know they have the French history in that, right? But Scotland, until like 300 years ago, was a country of its own. It's like had 700 years of history as a country by itself.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like Quebec is very much different from Scotland.
Yeah. So
The
it
place
was also like there was always like a French nationalism, which was weird for Quebec. That wasn't there for Scotland, like, because Scotland's like their actual land.
Yeah. The French nationalism only makes sense because that's who colonized them. It was the French that colonized Quebec.
And they're like they basically were being oppressed, so there was like a left wing party back then, but now that they're like a powerhouse, it's a right wing party, like more right wing than it should be. And then there's
And
now
you know the even
Canada's
funnier
like
thing?
this weird thing where there's like two crazies. One crazy is like the English conservative and one is the French conservative, and they both hate each other.
And the funniest thing about it is the Quebecois always claim that they're getting downtrodden. Both the major party leaders are Quebecois.
Yeah, because you need French and English to be like a big leader in like any Canadian government position.
Because I think Pierre's definitely French, isn't he? Like
Yeah, his
he
name
is
is
a
Polivier.
Quebecois. Pierre Poulivier?
Polivier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
this
and the purveyor of blackface is also
like
is also
Legault
French Canadian.
Legault is French Canadian, but he's Quebecois leader. Like, what was the guy? Doug Ford is definitely not French.
Yeah, he's not French. I was more thinking about the prime minister is French as well.
Because there's a weird law in Canada that if you're holding higher office, you need to know both French and English. And I think that's less than 20% of the population. So less than 20% of the population can hold high office.
Do they even teach French in like English schools? Like
they do sort
like,
of,
I feel
but
only
most of the Canada's like we don't want to learn this because France is like French is a very small minority of the people that like in Canada, the people who speak French, but they have an outsized influence.
The one that scares me though is that Ottawa trying to leave Canada to join America.
No, and Quebec used this weird law where you can ignore the constitution. I don't know why that exists. Like a province can ignore the Canadian constitution and make laws, and Alberta's like, okay, they used it, so I'm just gonna supercharge because Alberta's crazy. They're like, we're gonna start using it for everything. We don't care about the Canadians anymore.
Could you imagine there was like a state in America that had that law? Like if Texas could just randomly be like, "Nah, the Constitution doesn't matter to us."
Oh, they'd be crazy then.
No, you know where? You know who'd be worse though? Florida.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Florida had a bypass for the Constitution?
That's what I'm saying. The red states would be crazy then.
I feel like the
all
blue
of it's
states
crazy.
would
Like
be so bad.
in British Columbia, supposedly the left wing party, but theirs is more right wing. What's it called? The Jagmeet Singh's party. What are they called?
What is it called? Anyone in chat? No, what the?
I
know the party you're talking about as well.
Yeah, I know them. Like whatever they're called. The NDP, the New Democratic Party. Yeah.
Yeah, the NDP.
They basically force the left wing new leader out. Like you can't even vote for her, and they just force their new leader, the one they wanted.
They then claimed it was because they broke the voting for her rules. And like there is absolutely no evidence that they broke the rules. Yeah. They just didn't because the fact that she was
an
left
organization canvassed for her, and they were like, she's working with the organization, which when she wasn't.
It's basically just like, I don't know. It's like, imagine Progressive Victory got someone into a seat, right?
Yeah.
And then the Democrat Party just would turn around and says, no, we're not having them in that seat because they work with Progressive Victory.
Yeah, something like that.
It's just, it's ridiculous. The whole world is ridiculous right now, to be honest.
Yeah. So the thing they talked about, right, with Trump and getting arrested and everything, right? That sort of happened in Pakistan. Like
I don't think he's getting arrested.
Yeah, I know. But like barricading himself like in his house, and then there's like people around that is resisting everything. That happened in Pakistan. He wasn't home, but he was like barricaded and everything, and they were disturbing the like people there living there, and everyone was like, we can't go out, what's happening? So the police came in and they just went through those people and then arrested a lot of the supporters of Imran Khan.
Oh my god. Which president
for some reason.
The who support him?
Some of there's a court, there's high courts, right? Just like in the UK of the provinces.
Yeah.
So one of the high courts supports him, and some of the people in the Supreme Court also support him, which is why he's not arrested yet.
And that was another cool thing when you mentioned high court there. Another cool thing about Hamza. Hamza is legitimately going to try and appeal the GIA. We're on Discord, Zamp.
Okay. I guess we could.
You started the call, so you need to add them.
Yeah, okay, probably.
But
not right now. Zamp's not joining right now.
Basically, Hamza's actually going to try and get the GRA reinstated, like the new law that the English blocked.
Yeah.
Hamza said he wants to fight it in the courts. So prepare for a shitstorm when that happens.
Rishi is like a slightly more competent goal than all the other previous prime ministers.
I mean, I wouldn't quite say competent. Like, did you
slightly more? I said slightly more. Slightly more.
I have no idea. I have no idea how that man got as rich as he is. Like, there are some people who when you but there's some people when you start rich, you just can't fail.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's sort of in that position because, like, he's nowhere near qualified to be prime minister. He's too young for the job.
The funny thing is,
he can't even.
The Tory voters hate him
Yeah,
too because he's Indian.
yeah,
But
and and for a man that rich, he can't afford a pair of trousers that fit. Like, he's not a tall man, but have you ever noticed his trousers are always cut way too short?
that's the thing with like I don't know, rich people or something. They're like they're not in form-fitting shoes for suits for some reason. Like there's always something wrong with.
Well, the reason that Boris and Trump were never in form fitting suits is because they're fat,
But
so they
like,
will try
have
to
you
hide
seen
the fat.
Bill Gates? No, not like you don't need to be like something's always off. Like Bill Gates sweaters seem too big for him, and Mark Zuckerberg's haircut is like I don't know what the hell he does with his haircut. I guess
Well, I mean,
Jeff Bezos
like,
is fine.
yeah, Bezos just looks like a supervillain. though. like, like I mean,
He
you
would
look at
be a
Bezos
good
and you're
Lex Luthor.
surprised he isn't in. That's what I was. Yeah, I was about to say that. You're surprised he's not in a green suit beating up Superman.
The funny thing though is Elon Musk behaves more like Luthor, but Bezos looks like Luthor.
He does. No. The thing
It's
I would
funny.
say, Bezos behaves more like Luthor because Luthor's like super competent. Like when it comes
But
to
I guess
everything
it
that
depends
isn't
on the.
Superman.
I guess it depends on the depiction.
Yeah.
Because what they say is like different writers depict him differently, but sometimes he is more like a egotistical, messed up like person who's like who wants attention, and then Superman's getting all the attention, so that's why he hates Superman.
Did you hear of all the people who are gonna run for office when their career's over?
When who's
Cody
over?
Rhodes. Cody
Cody
Rhodes, when
Rhodes?
he's done wrestling, is gonna run as a
Oh
politician.
no, please no.
The,
We don't
the
want
thing I would
celebrity
turn around and say
politicians.
is like you look at him though, right? He looks like
Yeah,
a politician, other than the big neck tattoo.
that would be amazing. I want
Yeah,
that. But I
yeah.
don't want Cody Rhodes as like a leader of a party or something. I just want him to be in Congress with like that neck tattoo or something.
if every time he walks into Congress, his theme music plays. He like walks into Congress, adrenaline.
That would be. I mean, it's a facade, anyways, right? You know who would be cool? Mick Foley.
Uh,
Mick Foley as like the
I
speaker.
still kind of hope. I still kind of hope Dwayne runs for president. Like, could you imagine President Rock?
I mean, if you're gonna vote in incompetent leaders anyway, then sure, for the Dems, they can get the Rock.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the Rock is like the Rock knows he's stupid, so
Yeah. Yeah, like
like,
he messes
you
around
may
with
as
Kevin
well.
Hart and everything. So he's. I don't think he's like that egotistical that I can run a country.
But the person knows. What were you gonna say?
Someone actually good in politics is Sami Zayn, but I don't think he's going to run for office or anything in Canada.
He couldn't. He could. Well, like Sammy is a like I really like Sami Zayn. Like is a lot like he's based.
Yeah.
Like he started an entire charity to raise money for Syrian kids.
Yeah,
in the war.
and kids.
Because although he is the most Caucasian man that has ever lived, he is actually from Syria.
No, he's Syrian. And there's a video of him, like someone was, for some reason, in a wrestling show, had some like transphobic poster or something, and he was shouting at him and like, "Get this loser out of the stadium!" Like, what are you doing here? Shouting at them. So he's like
just completely lost his shit with him. It was awesome.
Yeah.
However, since we'd probably we'd probably lose everyone talking about wrestling.
Yes.
A star that I wouldn't mind running as a Republican president if he was American.
Yes.
I honestly wouldn't mind Schwarzenegger just because he'd switch the compass further left if he ran as a
Yeah,
Republican,
yeah,
because he's a Californian Republican. He isn't like a real
yeah, yeah.
Republican,
Like Arnold
or like
Schwarzenegger. Yeah,
what the Republicans are
yeah.
now. Yes, Arnold
The
Schwarzenegger would be.
if it's Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Jesse Ventura versus The Rock, like
Well,
he's
is Jesse running as a libertarian in this
yes,
situation?
yes.
He wasn't Jesse Ventura the what do you call? Was he governor of
Yeah, yeah.
Wisconsin?
I don't know, something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and and we just want The Rock because he seems like a relative. Like, I totally agree with actually ADHD. I still think Satan would be awesome.
No, I go between like two modes. One of them is someone who's actually left wing running as a Republican and then acting a left wing platform. But then the other one is someone who just pretends they're like Republican, and then when they win, like something like George Santos, except they're lying about being ghouls, and then they join, and then they're like, "Hail Satan," and 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 everything they do is just basically left wing, like kind of like what's that guy's name? Joe Manchin, but for them, like he votes with
Oh
Democrats
my
every
god!
time. Like he's more.
You know the thing about the Republicans, right? See if someone was successful running on a left wing platform,
Yeah,
the Republicans would legitimately just switch over to being that. Like the Republicans don't have the same sort of moralistic view on politics the way the Democrats do. Like the
yeah, but
Democrats think politics should happen in a certain neo-lib way, whereas
they're
the
like the
Republicans
Republican
will
voters are
just do
like
anything that gets power.
yeah, on economic issues are like yeah, we want this, we want healthcare, everything, right? So what if this person was just like, I'm not going to talk about this silly stuff. This is what I believe in, and goes policy upon it. I'm a Republican. Like I'm from Lincoln's party, something like that. Like every time he just brings up he or she or whatever, they bring up Lincoln, and and then they're like,
Yeah.
I'm from Lincoln's party, and I'm gonna make things better for all of you.
I'm from Lincoln's party, so I'm gonna make things. I'm gonna pick up from where slavery left off and just get rid of
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into the
the
left wing
crap that
culture
they're
war.
doing.
Everything
What'd
everything
you
they
say,
mention is
sorry?
left wing. Everything they mention is left wing, but they say I'm not going to get into the left wing culture war, and I'm not going to mention it like my opponent.
It's a left wing culture war now. Yeah, they're the one doing it. They basically just invert everything that the Republicans do now, so they're like fascist. No, they're like saying, it's like, oh, look at those fascists and the Democrats. I would honestly love to see
my opponent has gone too woke. All they talk about is culture war issues. They've gone too woke. Why aren't we discussing policy that helps real Americans?
It's like, yeah, why aren't we talking about policy that helps real Americans, like cutting the defense budget in half and putting that money into homes and free medicine?
Why are we giving this money to Ukraine, even though they're not really?
Okay,
but
instead of him being like, why are we giving this money to Ukraine? He then goes, why are we giving this money to Ukraine? Okay, this is why we're actually giving this money to Ukraine.
Yeah,
we're trying to stop the Russians taking over. Did it die?
The woke Russians. You're here.
Zamp thinks it's.
Oh, 1 second. It's live though. But let me check the actual stream, I guess. It says it's live.
Hello, can you hear us?
No, stream is fine. Okay, Zamp's stream died then, I guess.
But yeah, so where do you feel this is all going? Do you think there is going to be another Jan 6?
I think the Republican Party needs to die, otherwise something bad's gonna happen.
I either feel the Republican Party needs to die, or they need a popular rhino. Like they need,
That's kind of
I
hard, though.
don't know.
Like,
They need someone
I honestly feel like
Mitt Romney,
we're
but
we're
popular.
joking. We're joking, but I honestly feel like if they had like a Trojan horse or a few Trojan horses, that would work. We need like a small group of people people who become those Trojan horses, because like Republicans are more
Or
receptive to young people, right? So you can just pretend to be anything. Like you don't need a history or anything.
or like legitimately just like get rid of that. You have to be born in America to be president, and just let Schwarzenegger run. Like he could get the Republicans back on board single handedly.
I don't know. Maybe The Rock.
Because
Maybe The Rock runs on a Republican ticket.
The Rock is a Republican. He used to be a Republican anyway.
I mean, I know The Undertaker is a
He
Republican.
used to be a Republican. Yeah, Chris Jericho's also a Republican.
Yeah, but Chris Jericho's like socially progressive.
Pro-trans rights. And yeah, he's socially progressive. But it's quite funny, like everything he believes is the Democrats. Like every single thing he'll come out and say someone was misgendering one of the wrestlers in AEW, and he just spammed it with she, and then they're like they misgendered. They then misgendered it again.
Is like really good involved. I think it's just the same thing. Like Undertaker was like born in that era, and like I'm just voting Republican because Republicans are like, I don't think they think that much about that.
All of those thin blue line t-shirts are a bit sus.
Yeah, but
the young wrestlers are all progressive.
Yeah, no, it would be funny if the Undertaker was the ticket.
Yeah, could you imagine that? Like his entire gimmick is like an outlaw biker, and then he starts talking about politics, and he's like, "So the first thing we need to do is we need to take power away from the bourgeoisie."
No, he just like, we can't raise the minimum wage. He just choke slams anyone who says that onto a table. Like
the one that legitimately disappointed me with politics though is Kane.
Oh yeah, he sucks.
That just made me sad. Like, have you seen Kane went from being like this, like fiscally conservative, but like generally, like the guy we'd refer to in the Republicans as not bad people, but just our opposite side. That's what he used to be, and now he's like, of all the people, Kane is now a anti-mask. Yeah, like the wrestler that's most famous for wearing a
does that. Like, if you're a Republican and like you focus too much on it, you might become that. Like, I think Chris Jericho and Undertaker could become that too if they like focus in on it or something.
Chris Jericho's wife. Just don't ask where Chris Jericho's wife was on January the 6th.
Vince McMahon's wife
and
was literally in the Trump party.
Like, you noticed how all of the centrists seem to be going mysteriously to the right now?
The ones who do the like not left, not right type thing were always disingenuous anyways. She was at a peaceful protest.
She was at apparently she didn't enter the building. She wasn't
in Washington in January 6th. She was actually in just Idaho for some local union protest.
Yeah, she was it, but my theory is like Jericho gets all of his like crazy political beliefs from his wife, and he gets like his smart political beliefs from being in the AEW locker room.
Yeah, from colleagues. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy. I think the best crossover in politics and wrestling was the Hangman Page promo on CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much for workers' rights. And the amount of stuff that started just because of that promo.
He got so angry he held it for months. He didn't say anything for months.
Didn't say anything. Didn't bring it up.
I was like, where the hell is this coming from? Did you see that MJF made fun of Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho was eating. No, not Chris Jericho. Sorry, CM Punk. Like he was eating muffins, right? MJF was eating pickles. So like these are so good pickles. That's such good pickles from the local pickle maker.
The thing I actually enjoy is the MJF when he plays into his Jewishness as a character.
Yeah, but,
like when he had his second bar mitzvah. Like
I don't know if he's like an actually horrible human being or he's just that good of an actor, because he spilled drinks on like a kid, and that was too much, I think.
That's the ultimate heel move. Do you think that's bad? Think of what they would have done in the past.
Yeah, but I don't think you should like looking at the kid like the night's ruined, like the shirt's ruined, like it was bare. Throwing beer at the kid.
The thing that it was just water. It wasn't beer, and it was wearing a waterproof
top. No, I thought
top.
it was beard. Okay, whatever.
No, it was water. It was white.
We're gonna lose the voice
clear,
with
if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Like what the hell are these guys talking about? Talk about anime or shit, like watch this.
Talk about anime. Yeah. So who's your waifu?
No, talk about Fooly Cooly and how it's the best anime or something.
I am like the worst person to talk about when it comes to anime. Like, I have watched Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing.
Okay.
What's it called again? Van Helsing. But the OVA is better than the original.
It's more variety than most people. Talk about Gintama.
I don't even know what Gintama is.
Gintama is my favorite anime. Like, I think it's the best anime. That's right.
Tell me about it then, because I've never heard it.
So it's technically a shonen, but all it does is like it's very adult. Like it's kind of like a comedy, but it has other stuff as well. So it has some serious arcs, but a lot of it's just comedy. And the people are like in this old-timey era mixed with modern technology. So there's aliens that invaded Japan, and the aliens are basically an allegory for Americans. And there's this samurai who was like just doing odd jobs. And the story is of the samurai, and it's just they're doing goofy stuff most of the time, but the story is progressing, and there's some serious arcs in the end as well. But it can make you laugh and cry in the same episode. It's kind of weird.
Is it good then?
Yeah. It's made fun of like a lot of stuff. It's made fun of other anime. It's made fun of Donald Trump. It's made fun of Barack Obama, Will Smith, Mario. I don't know what else. It's made fun of like a Japanese politician who was like crying for some reason.
Is that the one that cried and flagellated themselves like on TV?
No, I don't think they flagellated themselves, but they were crying like crazy. I don't know what the hell was
because there was that Japanese politician that cried, flagellated themselves, and cut off their own hair live on TV, and it's like sometimes you're just like, are you doing okay, Japan? Like, do we need to do?
No.
Do an intervention?
The Japanese aren't okay.
You thought the Japanese are okay.
I love the guy who made a gun in his own home just to get rid of Shinzo Abe. And now the funny thing is, we all stopped paying attention.
For politics.
Yeah, we all stopped paying attention. Right? But there's like a big change happening in Japan. There's like big people were like found to be part of this church. They're making laws about not being connected to this church anymore. Like it was a cult, but whatever. And there's like major shifts in Japanese politics happening because the guy was like, "You stole all my money. My mother spent all our money on this stupid church."
That's the thing I love about it, though. He kills like a former prime minister, and we're like, okay, so this must be like a socialist or something because that guy was pretty much a fascist. It's like, no, it turns out the guy just genuinely had personal beef with
And
the
everyone was
president.
like, wait, why would he Shinzo Abe be connected to a Korean cult? And then he's like, oh, he is connected. And all these other politicians are too. We need to do something about this. Why are so many Japanese politicians connected to this weird Korean cult? And the
Have you
guy's like,
noticed that like there's a lot of cults coming out of Korea though? Like Korea does have a few cults coming out of it.
oh, and Japan.
Like we should
Like,
maybe
remember
also
that, like, the only terrorism attack in Japan was from a cult. Like, this released poison gas.
the poison. No, there was also the execution of the politician 4 or 5 years before that as well. Remember? The ultra
And I think a
nationalist.
cult member killed the like only popular socialist Japanese leader early on in like into Japan's democratic movement. Like, and then the
They
fascists
have
got power.
like they have like really weird. Like Japan has this sort of like weird thing of it goes quiet for a long time,
Yeah.
and then like tensions bubble up, and then suddenly like violence will explode.
You know, the
And
the funniest thing is with Japan is like, so the Japanese have been like conditioned to be like not cause a lot of stir, right? So a lot of Japanese are like not talking about politics, about radical change or whatever. They're just trying to follow the culture and everything, right? Be the social norms. So when America won, the Japanese sort of shifted to this like hegemonic American type liberalism, like, and they stayed there. But the fascists came back in power, and they've been trying to make Japan fascist again, but it doesn't succeed. They keep winning elections because they're the only viable party, but it doesn't succeed because the Japanese are like, no, we're not interested in that. Just stay the course. Just don't change anything.
It's quite funny. Their main policies are all fascist, but they end up just being an average neocon party. Because
Then again,
like
like all of their major members, like not all of them, but most of them are fascists, but they can't do anything because the Japanese are like, we don't care, just stay the course.
You see, I wouldn't mind if like America was like that, where it's like, yeah, the Republicans are fascists, but they can't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like sure,
yeah, but
you can sit in this office.
It's good in that, but it's harmful in that. Like, yeah, they're still racist because of that, and they're like not that accepting of like trans and queer people because of that, like because they're stuck in that. But
I think outside of Tokyo, nowhere recognizes like gay marriage. But I think
exactly.
Tokyo does.
And it took them like so long to make like good child marriage laws as well.
They do have like the best law for like gay people in the military though.
Oh, what's that?
An American basically like asked them, "Do you have don't ask, don't tell?" And they basically responded like, "No, you're allowed to be gay in the military as long as you don't cause a fuss when you break up." Like,
as long as you don't cause a fuss.
It's legitimately the most like Japanese way of looking at it. Like, yeah, as long as you don't cause trouble, like, because that
the military is so gay
in
general,
part.
like, in anywhere, like the militaries are very gay.
Huh?
I'm saying militaries are very gay in general, but they try to hide it.
Navies specifically.
I don't know about navies that much, but
navies are okay. So this is a story from the American Navy.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, the American Navy. They wanted to try and get the gay people out of the American Navy. So what they did is they started basically making people like they were supposed to be honey traps. You know, it was supposed to be they go in, pretend they're gay,
Yeah, I know.
But they found that like more and more people were signing up for it, but no one was being caught. So, like no one was being kicked out, but more and more people in the Navy were signing up to take that role. Was that the comment you were going to make, Factual ADHD, about
Probably.
the
They know a lot of factoids. Yeah, like he knows
yeah
Mogul Monkey.
when you steal his factoids. So Zamp, you thinking of jumping in? Well, actually, here is an interesting fact about factoids. We use the term factoid, but factoid just to mean something that was untrue.
I know.
Like
It's
a
like a truism,
factoid
right?
was, yeah, yeah. A factoid was supposed to be something that was completely untrue, but small and spiffy, so people would believe.
But
Like
now
think,
it's changed.
but yeah, now it's changed to the point where people refer to it as a fact. So, was there anything else that, like, from my areas of expertise that you'd like to know about, like whether or not
Uh,
food or art is more important for people?
Wait, you know about militaries? Were you in a military or something?
No, I'm not in the military. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
just know certain stuff because, like, mainly
Oh, 1 second. What happened?
the call died.
Oh, yeah.
I think. Wait a minute to put my
Uh,
video in again. Apparently, it turned off. Oh, it cancelled the call to bring Zamp in.
Zamp isn't here.
It's calling Zamp at the minute.
I guess if they're not ready, then they won't be here. But if they are ready, they can come in.
You'll have to reactivate your camera again.
Oh, me. That's right. I'm using something that splits between my stream and this thing, but it sort of messes up sometimes. I don't know
Are you
why.
having
It's
to
annoying.
use your phone or have you got a computer?
I'm using a laptop. Let's see.
That's Zamp
Okay.
in now.
Is Zamp in the call?
Yeah, Zamp's in the call.
You can hear Zamp?
Yes.
Okay, here I hear Zamp. Zomp.
What up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, wrestling with the news. Hey, Eagle.
Eagle. How's it
Factually
going?
ADHD. It's fine. It's almost gonna be 24 hours that I've been awake and
Oh no.
been up. Yes.
You'll be getting tired then.
Actually, no, that's the funny part.
Have you
Sometimes.
decided you're just taking after Vosh and giving up the concept of sleep?
Actual
Maybe.
skeleton. Hello. My only subscriber currently.
Hello, actual skeleton.
Augers.
The how's stuff in Brazil?
It's the same as before. It's not been too long since Lula got elected.
Yeah.
Has he managed to do anything other than the rest yet?
As of the moment, I don't really think so.
Does he
Brazilian
have
politics, Brazilian politics is a little chaotic for anyone to follow, including me. But
Yeah.
see, he made like a
Yeah.
few statements, and like the stock market went down because the people were scared of some weird shit.
Stock
Scared of
markets don't
socialism?
make sense anyways.
Yeah, Just said some shit and the stock market went down for like 4 days, but that was all.
They
As of
I give
now.
it like
it'll bounce back up. That's what always happens.
I'll give it like 5 months, and then Lola will just be like standing outside of Florida waiting for Bolsonaro to leave his house.
Hopefully.
Kidnap Bolsonaro.
I
I
was
hope it's
watching
like
Brazilian Jan 6 the other day and they were selling cotton candy and shooting off fireworks. Factually, ADHD said. It's true. It is true. That does sound like a Brazilian Jan 6.
Are we on YouTube or are we on Twitch?
both.
Okay, so I can't say what I was gonna say about Jan 6, Brazilian Jan
Oh.
6 then.
Oh no.
Oh shit, what's this now?
Yeah, I can't use the specific word I was going to use to describe those protesters.
Oh, I see.
I kind of
Yeah.
hope I kind of hope they will just start getting arrested like together, like Trump and in my country it's Imran Khan and then there's Bolsonaro,
Right.
all of them like suddenly. Maybe Netanyahu too. Netanyahu's very crazy.
Netanyahu is never getting arrested. Like,
I got Elonita Express in here.
Yeah.
hey, Elenita.
I don't even think Trump is being arrested, honestly.
I don't think.
I
Trump is
think
lying.
Trump is just trying to. I think Trump is just trying to like get attention, like any way he can. Like he's at jilted X at the minute because it's obvious the Republicans are going for DeSantis, which is genuinely scarier than Trump. I've always said this. Like DeSantis is a real fascist. Like, I think he's a populist.
As well.
Oh shit.
But like the bad kind of populist. Trump's a populist. He'll say anything that'll make him popular.
Yeah, like he enjoyed like fooling prisoners in Guantanamo Bay just to like trust him.
Yeah, like who enjoys that? Like I can understand doing it because it's your job. Do you know what I mean? Like, say you're raised in a military way where it's like you follow orders, you're taught you do this, you do this, you do this. They take away your humanity to a point when they put you in the military, right?
We have a party. Everyone's here.
Yo, there's two Portuguese speakers in chat.
Nice.
But the military tries to take away your humanity, so you can understand the person doing the thing, but doing it on like reflex. But you can't justify them enjoying torture. Like, you know what I mean?
Like he was laughing after and it was like some horrific stuff as well, like force feeding them until they puke and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so. See, when he wasn't physically doing the torturing; he was just directing the torturing. He would be the guy that would go in and pretend to be the good cop, and he would find out the things that were bothering them the most.
Agora é hora do chat português. Okay, no, I'll stop I remember when I spammed Portuguese during the Vosh stream that one day.
That's
was that you, Zamp?
It was me and Zoff and Sir Pirito and fucking
Mistress Lynn is here as well.
Jupiter.
Who would who was it that was donating in Portuguese and trying to make him read out the Portuguese?
What?
There was one of you that started donating to him in Portuguese.
I should do that in Urdu,
like,
but written like in English.
I don't know.
But yeah, one of you like started donating
Portuguese. There's a lot of Portuguese speaking chatters actually.
Yeah,
and he was legitimately trying to read it out, and he cannot couldn't do it. It'd be like me trying to read Portuguese.
Yeah. You can read
I
the
remember
Portuguese in the chat.
I
you
donated
want.
to him to talk about like Balochistan, and he said Balok. I don't know how the hell they all do it the same way because they've never heard this word, but every time an American looks at the word Baloch, Baloch, they say Balok. I don't know how. Like it's some Scottish thing or something.
It's, there is a Scottish name, Balak.
Yeah, like there's
So
Loch. Like
it
it's
could be that.
yeah, that sound comes from like that, right? But
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. Like
But it doesn't make sense for Vosh because he can't even say Edinburgh or Glasgow. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, how the hell do Americans
Vosh
like
can like
perfectly?
barely speak English. There's like some words he just. Not even
Yeah.
joking about it. Like there's some words I forget, but he like can't pronounce.
Yeah, but he can say
Aoife,
ameliorate.
he couldn't.
English, that is.
He couldn't pronounce Aoife last night. You know,
How
the
do you read
person who was
Islamabad?
hosting.
Either.
Either.
And
Well,
it's funny.
That's
No,
more just a tone thing, isn't it?
it's really funny how people say, like, sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's funny. There's this city called Abbottabad. Abad just means like it's occupied, like a village or whatever. So Abad, and because it's in Pakistan, they say Abbottabad or something like weird, like I don't know what. They try to say it like that, but it's literally the English name Abbott because we were colonized. So it's Abbottabad, like named after some old English guy. And I tried to explain it to people.
So
but
the first
they
bit
don't get
actually
it.
does get pronounced in English, and then the
Yeah, it's
second
Abbott.
bit gets pronounced.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
So it'd be like
literally the guy.
Abbottabad.
It's some
Like
called
that?
some
Abbottabad?
yeah, Abbottabad. Some wanker called Abbott.
Yeah. The thing that won't help with English is I don't pronounce English like English people do.
Yeah, that's
So,
like
yeah.
French people get my name
Yeah.
more correct than English people. My actual name because of how they say stuff.
Well, I mean, English people would probably be more likely just to rename you Steve. To be fair.
Steve.
No, Americans would be like, "Do you have like a
Fucking
nickname or something?"
Steve.
Americans would be like, "Do you have a nickname or something?" And then I don't let them get away with it, but my family does go. Sort of.
Do you kind of like sit there and like look at them like, no, this is my name. Pronounce it.
Yeah.
Pronounce the
Yeah,
name.
but it's not that bad. That's my. But like,
Oh,
sometimes I don't get how they butcher stuff.
I went on a VC with Turkish people, and
I'm
I
like,
told them how
I
you
can say
pronounce my name in
Papadopoulos or whatever.
Portuguese.
Like there's some
Yeah.
idiot called Papadopoulos. That's a literal name. I could say that. How the hell can you not say simple stuff in my language?
So yeah, I was always saying I went into a VC with Turkish people, and I
I'm
told them
ego.
how you pronounce my name in Portuguese, and they just do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Do they?
I'm.
Well,
This is
you
ego.
wouldn't think like
That's wrestling with the news.
I'm wrestling with the news, which I mean I'm the Scottish one, and everyone knows me as Scottish.
Yeah.
And Zamp is the one that's not on camera.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm the one with the memes. Have you seen my shorts? And that one video.
The one
There's
that's
nothing
not
wrong.
on camera. Yeah.
Are you wearing
Zop.
shorts? You
Shorts,
truly
yes.
are taking after a streamer of choice, aren't you?
No. It's just I don't know. I like loose flowy clothes. I don't like short shorts like wash. I like flowy clothes.
Yeah, like somehow he manages to make it the most heterosexual and the most homosexual thing about him is short shorts.
Yeah.
Because he has the fashion sense of a straight man.
He's like
I mean,
in a
he's getting
superposition
better
of.
with his fit.
I guess he really is pansexual because he's a superposition of straight and gay.
He is sort of getting better with his sense of like dress and stuff, but he did used to dress like the most heterosexual white man ever. And I'm saying this as a heterosexual white man.
He used to look more straight with like the long hair, but now with the short hair, he looks more gay. Somehow.
I will say that, yes. He's also, like, he is legitimately, I feel the good thing about Vosh, like, over other leftist streamers is he doesn't bullshit the way, like, other leftist streamers do. Like, he'll call it as he sees it, as opposed to, you know, try to be nice about it. Like, I feel a lot of leftist streamers
some of them do.
tend.
I don't think Hassan does, or Xander Hall, or Demon.
Hassan's
just an idiot.
sort of starting to stop being left in a way. The only thing that's left about him is his views on Ukraine.
No.
But he's sort of he is sort of starting. He's sort of starting to become like just I don't know what the right term would be. I like Hassan.
I don't think he's like a liberal.
Like, he seems like a really nice guy. He's not becoming a liberal of that, but he feels like he's moving away from politics in general to just being like a fuckboy streamer.
I get that.
I think he's like a normie. Like, he's too concerned with being in the normie sphere, but he's still that. That's why it's a good entry point for people who are like don't want to jump into
said
the
in
deep
chat that Hassan is a male adjacent. I'm not sure. Maybe
I only have one person who's subscribed to me, and they left up. I guess
used to be like Hassan used to be a little weird on like China, Ukraine, and all that shit before.
I think
Ethan is a sort of a better influence for him, even though Ethan is like a BS in a way. Because
the thing I will say about Hassan is he unlike Vosh has actually read theory. Like, you can tell when he's actually talking about stuff that he's read the theory.
I get that.
He just actually, when he reacts to something, he doesn't react using the brain that's read the theory. He reacts using his, like, just straight up reacts like he feels over feelings, feels over reals when he reacts.
Yeah, he's not the best politically, but he's someone I like really is Sam Cedar, and everyone likes Sam Cedar, but he's a sockdem like a, but still everyone like. I like.
I feel like
Sam Cedar. Honestly,
I feel like Sam Cedar is like the online left dad. Sam Cedar's like the online left dad, though.
Yes, I like the Rational, National, and Humanist Report. They're like not streamers though; they're mostly report on the news. But the new show they started, the Leftist Mafia, is pretty good. The Rational, National, and Humanist
quite
Report.
like the Leftist Mafia.
Yeah, it's kind.
I do like the Leftist Mafia.
Oh, you don't like it?
I do like it. I like What's Her Face a lot.
Yeah. Surf? Lance?
She's a public defender. I like Lance, but I like the public defender. Yeah, I like a lot. Olayemi is like amazing, legitimately amazing.
Yeah, she has some. She said something weird, but that's like one statement. It doesn't matter. But that's about it. Like, he said something like, "I won't date any white guy," but black people say that all the time anyway, so it's not that weird.
If she doesn't want to, I mean, like, it's perfectly fine to date who you want to date. Like,
yeah, that's fine. The way she said it was a bit, but I only saw a clip anyway, so it's not like it matters as much. So it's not that important.
But yeah, like,
I like her. Yeah.
I think it's like saying I won't date a person of a certain race isn't the same as like saying, oh, I hate everyone of that race. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but she did say one thing that's never talked about is like the experience of an actual immigrant who goes through the legal process, which I know about. In the US, it's insanity. My cousin worked here for like, I think 4 or 5 years, and he left. Like, getting uh, a residence from by working here is almost impossible. Like you need some family or something. It's insane otherwise. But
How
and
did you?
she's going through
You
it.
you're a student, aren't you?
Yes.
You're a student at the minute, yeah. So like America is sort of painful, to be honest. Like I went to visit,
In
and
many
because
ways.
I was white, like I got in absolutely no problems. I was walking in with 90 days worth of medication in my bag. Like I
Yeah.
had antipsychotics and
I
all
did
of that, and I
medication
was
as well.
like, I just walk up. I just walk up to the guy, and the guy is like ending a declare, and I'm like, I had 90 days worth of medication and Jaffa cakes. Uh, and he was like, and I was like, do you want to check them of that, or do you want to see my prescription? And he's like, no, it's fine. And then he like starts talking to me like, oh, the the virus was overblown, and that's like, dude,
Yeah.
I am not getting into a political discussion with the
Oh no.
guy.
Yeah. Not in the US. The US was like my weirdest encounter in the airport was with the TSA agent. Like, so I was going for the first time I was visiting the US. My cousin was getting married, so my mother gave me, like, I was in Canada back then, but my mother gave me something that I kept for a while, and then I like some present, and I was like, okay, I have this jewelry, and they were like, okay, we need to check the bag, so they took me there. The guy was so afraid, legitimately. Like the guy was trembling. Like he was like, "Stay over there on that line and don't move." I was like, he was trying to find stuff, and like, I can help, but the guy was like legitimately afraid. Like, what the hell do you think would happen, man? It's just a bag.
It's like,
It's just a small bag,
was he
and you're just taking.
aggressive? Or
Yeah, he was like
was he
afraid. Like
aggressive with you?
his eyes look like he always sees death or something. Like he's not in like TSA. In the TSA, he's like in some war zone or something. It was
Yeah,
insane. I don't know
it's
why the
like
guy was.
everyone else is a 9 to 5 job for him. He's in the trenches. He's he's playing papers, please.
I also remember like the first time I came to Canada and I had some tea. So they were like, "Oh, it's plant matter, so you need to go through." But they also do the random checking and everything, right? So I came there. The Canadian guy was like sitting in this high chair, like he was above me for I don't know what reason. And there was a table there. He was like, "Okay, put your bag on the table. Go through your stuff. Show me everything." The guy's really bored, and he's like writing something. Okay, yeah, that's good. Sign here. Bye. Like the most
Oh
bored thing.
shit, really?
Yeah, that was
But
Canadian,
and
so
this was
that's
the
fine.
first and
Yeah,
this
but
was
that's
the
fine,
first
right?
time you were visiting uh,
This was the first time when
America,
I
right?
went to
You're
Canada.
saying
Oh yeah, that one, that one. Yeah, it was
it's
first
the
time
first time you
visiting
came to
America.
Canada.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I just
that scared
imagine
guy.
like I imagine like you going to America for the first time and getting the other guy, and you're like, this is not how I heard it was supposed to be for me. Just like the
But
most boring guy.
yeah, no, but Canada was fine.
Like,
Like it's boring, right? It doesn't matter. America was like, oh no, this guy's gonna kill me. Like
yeah.
America was like, what the hell?
Well, I
If
mean,
that's how the
we
police
both know
operate,
why
then
that was.
it makes sense why it's so messed up. If
Yeah,
that's how the police operates,
yeah.
like
Like
imagine being
you
this
can
scared
understand how the police.
all the time,
I
all the
feel
time.
they're taught to constantly
I
expect
believe
danger,
so.
though. Like
It might be austerity
they
or the
are
warrior training.
genuinely they're taught like they're taught to hate the police in
No, they
America.
thought like
And
everyone's your enemy or something.
yeah, like you see the difference between like you see the
Oh,
videos of them de-escalating everywhere else. Like police officers are trained to de-escalate in like Britain and France and all that. But it almost
okay.
feels like Americans are taught to escalate. You know what I
Sam
mean?
is having an ML
Because the first
discussion
thing,
in the chat.
What did you say?
There's like
The witch pipeline
I don't know,
and astrology. I don't know.
I don't know if y'all know this. There's like a field of study inside of the American police that's called killology, and that's
Yeah,
where
and there's
most of
warrior trading and
the
a
cop
lot of other
mindset
stuff.
comes from,
I know,
basically.
and they're legitimately like I saw some training videos where they were like there was this person like lady with the baby, right, and the cop
Bosch talked
was
about
like
it before.
like cautious around
It's
her,
weird.
but then suddenly behind the like baby, they pull out a gun and they shoot like it's a BB gun. Of course, it's training. They're like, "You're dead," just like that. Like, what do you think happens in America? Do you think people have guns behind babies?
Every baby is packing. Do we
Yes.
have any Americans in chat, by the way, to confirm that every baby is in fact packing in America?
That is true.
There's got to be one American in chat at least. Come
Oh, we have
on.
Mistress Lynn.
Mistress Lynn, you there?
Yeah, she's
Is it
she's
true that
laughing.
babies are packing in America?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we've had it confirmed that it's official. You see how bad you know that's to bring this to a relatively serious point. Scotland has had one mass shooting. Like, I mean, I can't really talk about gun crime in Scotland considering I'm like the one Scottish guy that's been shot.
Oh, no.
But
But yeah,
uh,
I think
as a whole, there was one
the
one
strangest
shooting in
statistic I
Scotland,
ever
and then we
yeah.
banned guns.
The strangest thing I read was like because there's a lot of war zones and stuff like that, right? But I read the statistic that schools don't get shot a lot. Like even in war zones, like even in Syria and stuff, there isn't in Afghanistan, there isn't a lot of school shootings. And in Pakistan, there was one big one,
Yeah,
and like that was like really like that's a really big thing. America
like
has so
think of
many.
how
Like it's
big
like
the story about the opera getting shot up in Ukraine. Remember, the opera got blown up,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
became a big story because it doesn't happen in war.
Yeah,
Like
but I was
I mean,
what's more surprising was like in war zones schools don't get attacked. Like there was
Even
countries
Brazil
where
only
like
had like a
wars are
couple.
going on, but schools don't get attacked. How the hell does
yeah.
uh,
I mean,
it's
Brazil
insane.
has like a lot of guns as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
And
Pakistan
I
sadly
don't
has a lot
think
of
it
guns
has
now
a
as
lot
well.
of school shootings either.
What?
I don't think Brazil has a lot of school shootings either, does it?
It doesn't. There were
I think the
there were like
rogue shooter
two that
scenarios.
happened in like the last 20 years or some shit.
Yeah.
It's not common.
It
What did
feels
you?
like it's an American. I wouldn't quite call it disease, but like a social contagion in America that something's went wrong.
Yeah, like it's with kids as well, right? Like all the shootings that happen in like these other places are by adults who are like trying to hurt children. But in America, it's the
Yeah,
kids
but it's the
themselves,
children that are doing the shooting. Yeah,
which doesn't happen.
it's depressing.
Yeah, there's a gap in the market.
Like Vosh doesn't even talk about them anymore. They happen that often. Like,
You can't
remember
like
Vosh used to
if you
talk
start
about.
searching, like if you start searching, you just find oh this happened this many days ago, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's like I don't know how many have probably happened in just this year.
So, are you actually looking forward to getting back to Canada then, or?
Yeah, the US is very like it's not even like I haven't faced a lot of racism. It's just very alienating. It's like you need a car. Car's very expensive. You can't go around. The cities are very dead as well. Like the cities are like Chicago wasn't dead. I went to visit someone, but the city I'm in is very like there's nothing to do. You can't go anywhere from the university. Like you can't walk anywhere. I have a bike, like an e-bike, but
The
where do I
big
take
city
it?
that I visited was extremely busy, but given that was Las Vegas, so
Yeah,
because I
that's
actually
different.
went to AEW's what one
Oh,
is it? Double or
interesting.
Nothing pay per view,
Yeah,
the one where CM Punk won the title the first time.
interesting.
So I saw that live, but yeah,
Like
like
they were dead in a very weird
that
way.
city is
Like there's not a lot of development in Pakistani cities, but they're not this dead generally. Like unless it's like a really small place. Like there's people walking and stuff.
and in
Something's happening.
Pakistani cities though is like the traffic not like scary.
Oh yeah, there's no rules like in a lot of places, except I guess Islamabad.
Yes.
I guess it's not scary. It's just annoying because you always have to be a bit alert. The weird thing though is like
I've seen
that stops accidents. Like when you in a very weird way, but it becomes more annoying.
wait, you guys don't have a lot of accidents when like I have seen how crazy the driving can be in like Pakistan and India and you know that part of the
I
world
think
where like
they did a research
apparently
that like
indicators have no meaning.
in places where there's like no laws, the accidents are less than in places where there's like a lot of intersections and like traffic lights, because traffic lights are horrendous. Like the best is like there are laws that you follow, and then they're like traffic circles, like you know what are they called, roundabouts. There's a lot of roundabouts like are the best in general, like, but intersections are the worst thing. They cause a lot of accidents.
Yeah, but we're lefties. We've been taught that intersectionality is a good thing.
Sometimes you don't need to cross the streams. Sometimes the streams don't need to cross.
No, but we've got to bring in intersectionality in everything, even our roads.
Because like imagine this, right? Like you don't follow rules, so and then an intersection is coming, right? No one follows rules, so what would you do? You're like someone crazy might come. I'll slow down. I'll look around and then cross or whatever. Now you're in the US. The light is green, and you're like racing because you want to cross the traffic light before you, and then it turns yellow and red, and you don't notice, or something like someone else doesn't notice on the other side. You're going very fast. The other person's going very fast, and then you both crash at like high speeds. So even if accidents happen, they become more deadly. And on top of that, the US has this interesting thing called like these interesting laws that promote more SUVs and pickup trucks, and those are more
Yeah,
deadly.
that was something I noticed when I was in America. Like everything is bigger,
TV27.
like the cars. Like over
What is
here,
TV27?
like the area I live in, the stuff that the area I live in, it's mainly like BMWs and Mercedes and Audis,
Yeah.
that sort of type of car.
Yeah.
But like, what is TV 247?
Yeah, I have no clue.
7 is a Brazilian tanky channel,
Oh,
mass
no.
media producer. I think is
Damn.
funded by Russia. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's
Does everywhere have like a suspiciously Russian channel?
Brazil has 2, by the way. There's TV for 247, and there's also Boy Tempo.
We
I'm
have
not
a suspiciously Russian stroke conservative channel. We call it BBC.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
BBC,
Yeah.
amazing.
It's a suspiciously conservative channel.
No,
It's
but like you have
suspiciously conservative.
suspiciously like pro-China, pro-Russia channels in Brazil. It's weird.
Well, aren't you in like a economic alliance with them?
Kinda,
Oh yeah, BRICS
yes.
or something.
Brazil, yeah,
Brazil,
they
Russia, India,
tried.
China, and something.
South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. Yeah.
Remember when South Africa like used to be like even after like apartheid fell, but they used to be a Western country, like even after apartheid fell. But like they fell under the sway of China and Russia, which is
I mean,
unfortunate, obviously, given
you stop being Western when you're not white anymore.
I don't know
Like-
if that's true. There are a few not white Western countries out
joking.
there. Japan.
By
Like-
the way,
The Japan is like very white coded. Like people literally think that anime characters are white somehow. Like those losers think that anime characters are
Well,
white.
Well, I mean, the one thing you would say is like a lot of Japanese people do have lighter skin than white people.
And they love the fascism too.
Like,
So
yeah, and they also love fascism just like white people. Well, I mean, Italians.
and the fetishization of children. They love that too.
Wow, I mean, like, you're just speaking to my country.
Hyper capitalism as well. So yeah,
Super
like all the
capitalism.
tenants. Like
I mean,
all the tenants.
No wonder they're so Western. I suppose South Korea's kind of Western as well, but it is basically just an American base, isn't it?
Like, so it's like you're white, or you're like, then you're like Japanese or Southeast Asian, and then you're like brown, like other brown, like other than Southeast Asian, and then you're black. So to be Western and black is like really, really, really hard.
What it is we've taken like the whole West and the bits of the East, the furthest bits of the East, and then just everyone else in the middle just hates white people.
The Australia is somehow west as well, and New Zealand. Like,
yeah, Australia's a weird one though, because it is economically tied to China.
No, even like it's literally like right next to Asia. Like, oh, it's west.
You know when you know when all of the Western countries had like a recession in like 2008.
Yeah.
Australia didn't. Australia just kept going on, and then when China had a recession, Australia still didn't get a recession because Australia's that linked to the West as well. So, like, when one economy was strong, it got the strength from that economy, and then when the other economy was strong,
Pakistan tries to do that Australia in a weird way. Like, Pakistan's like trying to, like, any country tries to play both sides, right? If you're like stuck in the middle. But
I'm going to be 100% honest. I feel like countries like Pakistan and like the Middle Eastern countries should play the West and the East against each other to get the best deal for themselves.
Yeah, but
shouldn't they?
Yeah, it's kind of screwy because the IMF is screwing us, and because we're trying to get some loans from China, and China's not so fond that we're getting some funds from IMF either, even though we need money. Because they're so close to a default.
So like it works for everyone else, like it works for India. India manages to play both sides against each other, and then it comes to like Pakistan, and everyone's like, "This is where we draw the line. We're not capitulating to Pakistan."
No, they're like, there's this like. Conservatives have always loved India in a weird way, right? I don't know how they like, and Russia's and India have always been close, so that's how they kind of. But with Pakistan, it's
I mean, we know why the conservatives like India. It's where they get the leaders from.
I think they hate Pakistan because they like Pakistan is nukes, so they can't really do anything about Pakistan. But they're like right there, like, oh, we got Afghanistan, we got Iraq, we can't do anything about Pakistan though. We just have to tolerate them.
I feel like there's another reason, and it's the same reason as like people discriminate more against Pakistan. It's the Muslim thing again. Like it's Islamophobia in America and Islamophobia in China, because neither of them.
Yeah, no, white people. Like India tries to be like I'm not brown type of thing. Like everyone, there's this weird thing, and anyways over there. But it's strange how like many conservatives are Indians in the West as well. Like Tulsi Gabbard and Rishi Sunak and that Preeti Patel or whatever her name was. And others
Priti
like
Patel and Suella Braverman, I think. She's either Indian or Sri Lankan, but I think Sri Lanka follows India a lot when it comes to politics.
In America, I would assume that Indians should be more progressive, right? But not really, right?
Wait, is
Like
Tulsi Gabbard Indian? I didn't know that.
she's Indian Hawaiian.
Ah,
It's a weird, like, I don't know how the family tree works. She's also part of
well,
like Hindutva, I know.
well, I mean, considering like one of our leaders is called Suella Braverman, and is like that is the
India,
most
yeah.
white coded name ever, isn't it?
India's always been like, for a while, not always, of course, but for a while, like the Nazis took a lot of their symbology from India, and Indians sort of liked the Nazis in a weird way, and they wanted like Japan to liberate them from the British, the Hindutva like, people. RSS is the organization, I think. And even though like
It's kind of.
Japan would have been horrible,
I feel like India sort of got a kind of Stockholm syndrome sort of thing, like when the British took over. Like
I think it's
when
like
when the British took over, they wanted to get
hello,
rid
Gabby.
of the British, but
Gabby,
then
sorry.
as soon as the British went away, they were like, "We want to be more British." So like,
No, that's
and
that's
then
everywhere.
India
Like
sort of
Pakistan's
become
like
the.
that too.
Is it?
But yeah,
I
but
didn't know
Pakistan was
Pakistan was a bit like that.
India sort of also adopted the majoritarian white power thing, like but with Hindus. So but Pakistan was more like the liberal things, like before like Ziaul Haq, who was a crazy person, and before like Saudi Arabia got prominent and started spreading Wahhabism. Pakistan was like this, oh, I want to be liberal type thing, like the white liberal type. And then India was suspiciously like both the white liberal thing, but also the white power thing. Both of them are happening simultaneously. This camera thing sucks. It keeps freezing.
They honestly they kind of, it scares me like how
Yeah,
bright
yeah.
the world is compared to what. See, when I was growing up, everyone was a neo-lib. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm older than you, but I'm 34.
Yeah, you are older. The end of history and all that.
So, yeah. So, yeah, everyone. The thing that I obviously
There's a
lived through
red
that
flag.
changed everything was 9/11. Like, 9/11
Yeah.
changed everything in my lifetime. But everyone was neo-lib. Even after that, like, you think of it, Bush was racist, but he was
The
a
neocons
neo-lib
are
racist.
neolibs. Neocons are
Yeah.
neolibs. But
Lot
the
of
funniest
neoliberals
thing to
are
me is
racist.
like they say Pakistan harbors terrorism, but then they'll like the Americans were the ones that worked with Pakistan to harbor the terrorists. Like they worked hand in hand. Like our dictators
Yeah,
worked
I know.
with American. Like we were under a dictatorship, and they worked in both times. Like when the Soviet Union was attacking Afghanistan, and they were like preparing the Mujahideen. We were under a dictator, and then when after 9/11, when they were doing the war on terror or whatever, we were under a dictator. So both times, dictators were working with.
Yeah, because
Like, yeah,
I know
sorry.
they were counted amongst the allies, weren't they? On both like
It's
invasions. Like they were, America was using Pakistan as a launching pad for a few its incursions. And then the funniest part at the end of that is it turns out that Osama bin Laden was in Pakistan the whole time.
yeah. I don't know. Like the some people say he was like under house arrest. Some people say that they were harboring him. You don't really know because like
I don't think
just like the CIA,
I
the
don't think they
ISI
were
is very
harbouring
messed up
him.
too. No, the ISI is messed up too, like
But
the CIA. So
the reason I didn't think they were harbouring him though is because Pakistan would have loved to hand him over to America just to get the kudos from America.
no, but the thing is
Like,
like our ISI is like kind of like your CIA. They want to mess it. Like they want to do these power play things and mess thing up. That's our intelligence agency, and our military is sort of like
yeah,
very power hungry too. And so the relationship we've always had with America is like they both use each other and then throw each other away when it's inconvenient. Of course, America is more powerful, so they get to be do more of the throwing. But
that
yeah,
annoys me. I feel like the world needs more unity. Like,
yeah,
I know it's a bold statement, less war, more unity.
In the past,
the idea that
China and Pakistan have been mutual, like more like cooperative. I think China's politics is changing, so that might change now. But in the past, at least, the U.S. has always been like,
yeah,
uh,
what do you think is going to happen with China? Because like it seems to be distancing itself from like all its allies at the minute. Like
um,
it's distancing itself from Russia. It's
oh
distancing
no,
itself
I think
from,
Russia and
isn't it? It's
China were
like,
never allies. They've always been like allies of convenience. They were forced
yeah, they've
into
been
it.
allies because they need the two of them together to even come near America.
But
But
it was like
yeah, like I feel Russia's just become a liability, isn't it, for everyone?
I think China actually needs like China. There's some land that China sort of got like taken away from China when like Japan invaded and everything. All of that stuff happened. So China sort of secretly hates Russia, but they're tolerating them. And they're fine with Pakistan, but I think the relationship is more changing from mutual partners to like you know how like the US treats like it's
Hegemon.
yeah, like the sort of like colony extension of their colony or something weird like that, like how Israel is to the US or like how
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is to the US, that
Is
sort of
that how
thing.
they're starting to treat Pakistan now?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, China are trying to become the like second power, aren't they? Like
I
that's what
mean,
they're
yeah,
doing.
Xi
They've
Jinping
done
is
it in
also like
Africa as well.
consolidating power, which is a like I think that might be harmful to China. Like the CCP as without like a dictatorial leader was working better for them because they could plan stuff out instead of like being what's the word, yes men and everything, having yes men everywhere.
Yeah. Like the thing that really told me was that things were changing in China was when Hu Jintao was like dragged for the Central
Yeah, that was
Committee
very weird. That was really
when they
weird.
were passing the new laws. That was like what did he say? Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
obviously
and
said or done something that
China's in a weird position too because they need immigration now because their population has started to decline. And the US is in a weird place because one of the major parties is fascist, and it's always on the edge of like which way do they go? Like it's always a game of is it time? Is it time? Is it gonna fall or no? So I don't know where the world is going. India's already under a
that's
fascist
the thing
government.
that is the thing that is scaring me though is America. Like
Yeah,
if America falls to fascism, then the world's fucked.
and yeah,
Like,
India's already there. So two of the biggest powers in the world. The US is by far the
and I mean
bigger one,
Russia's
but
never
still.
stopped, so at least back into fascism. So
Yeah, but Russia's not. I don't know. Like Russia was like a paper tiger.
Russia
Without
really
them.
was a paper tiger, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
also, have you seen what the main battle tank of China is?
No.
It's tiny.
Yes. I mean,
Like,
I don't know. Like China is probably better than the Russia, but nowhere close to the US.
yeah, like
You know what the
the
concerning
only
thing
thing that
is that
yeah,
the more even bigger concern, like there are again like those neocons that want like a new Cold War with China now in the army, and if they get like a fascist in there, and then you have these people who want war, like a fascist US fighting China would be disastrous for the world.
I mean, we could argue that China's already fascist with it being authoritarian, but it isn't. I mean, it
Yeah,
is
they're
doing like an
authoritarian. I
ethnic
don't like
cleansing right now,
Xi Jinping is sort
but
of
it is doing an
moving it
ethnic
towards
cleansing.
fascist. Like it's going from totalitarian to more fascist in a way. I don't think it's fully there, but but again, two fascists still fighting each other is still disastrous if they're the two biggest, like the two most powerful countries.
Well, two fascist countries have fought each other before, haven't they? Like,
Oh, thank you, Mr. Slin.
I'm
Mr.
pretty sure
Slin subscribed.
Greece and Italy.
Thank you for the subscription.
Thanks for
Yeah, sorry,
appreciating us, Mr. Slin.
sorry.
But
What were
yeah,
you saying?
two fascist two fascist countries have fought each other before. Greece and Italy were both fascist when they fought each other.
Yeah, but like they're like small in comparison, right? Imagine
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I suppose. But that's what
like
I was basically using that as an example. Like fascism
yeah,
isn't the
yeah.
same as democracy. Like
No,
I
yeah,
think the
that's the
only
point. Like
case it,
that's the funny thing with like in Canada, where they're like the French ultra conservatives. They're not like Paul Revere might be a bit fascist, but the English ultra conservatives and the French ultra conservatives, they both hate each other. So even
yeah.
in one country, it can happen.
And I mean,
Uh,
an example of Britain, like this is what I would say about the Tories, right? The Tories use fascistic language, but I don't feel that they're a fascist party. Like, I don't feel democracy's at threat with the
yeah,
Tories.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, while they're in power, they'll pass some like crappy laws that none of us like, right? But the thing that we
yeah,
can know is that by the time it comes to the vote for them to get put out of office, I don't think they're going to do any meddling. I don't think there's going to be the "oh, we need
yeah,
to recount the vote" type thing. I think they
yeah,
will just go. But I just noticed the time. I'm gonna have to run
yeah.
now.
Okay, yeah,
But thanks for having me on stream, Hugo.
yeah. Of course, it was fun for me.
It was fun for me as well. Thanks,
Yeah.
and I'll see you later, Zamp, as well.
Bye, wrestling with the
Bye.
news. Scoot.
Bye. I don't know why Mistress
I'm
keeps
gonna
coming
stay
in.
though.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
memes. Well,
You
kinda
have memes?
memes.
Share.
And Scoot.
I guess I don't need
I
to
don't know. I
be
was
on the
reading
description.
the fucking. I just decided to read Brazilian news for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh god. Fucking Jesus. People are so scared of Lula. It's kind of
What are they
funny.
saying?
Like, I don't know. He's like going to deprivatize a bunch of shit. He's going to fucking what's the name?
That's like the rich people problem,
He's
right?
going to like he's going to deprivatize a bunch of shit,
Yeah.
and you have like insane articles about like communism. It's wild.
Yeah. It's weird.
Like,
Uh. Yeah.
there's people who think he's gonna allow like land invasion,
What?
which I mean, like, there's a movement in Brazil of like land producers. Lula argues that like if the land isn't being used for anything, you give it to someone.
Oh.
People
Like
people are scared shitless of losing the land.
reaper. So
It's like a big point for the right.
reparations. In a way.
Yeah.
Um. The they're like they're trying to drum up fear as well, right? So anything they can do.
Yes. I mean, yeah. And then I checked TV 247, my beloved, and they were
Yeah.
talking about bricks possibly being reignited. Oh god. I think that one is just like a cope thing
Yeah, it's very hard because
because they're
Russia, China
tankies.
aren't that tight anyways, and tankies are.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that one is just like a weird cope thing.
yeah,
According to Sir Pirulito in chat, His mom
Yeah,
used to watch the TV 247 astrology channel and then became a tanky.
yeah. Uh, it's weird. Astrology is such a weird thing anyway,
Now
but
he
how the
calls
hell do
it
you
the witch
become a
pipeline.
tanky?
Yeah. Brazil has a lot of MLs though, because I don't
It's
know.
weird.
Yes. Brazil has a lot
Uh,
of Brazil has five communist parties. You probably know this. Most of them are MLs.
oh no. Why?
Yes.
Why can't they just be like a normal leftist party?
The best one in my opinion is probably PSOL.
Oh, okay.
They all start with P, by the way, for some reason. Every party in Brazil starts with P. It's not just the communist ones. Anyways,
Like party the blah blah blah, something like that,
yeah.
right? I think it's like at least we have Lula and that socialist, like a good socialist party in a way, like Sogdem or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Only problem is that like if you go to the state level, basically like the entire Bolsonaro party, which is now dissolved, got elected.
Yeah,
If you go to like state level representatives, basically everyone from the disbanded PSL
yeah,
elected. It's
interesting.
wild.
So wait,
Because
why were
Brazil
they
has
disbanded?
uh, Brazil has like a system where like you get more than you get a bunch of representatives for each state, and then like I don't know.
Why were they disassembled anyways? Was it because of like the
Oh,
whole
it's
like
like
courts
it's
thing?
like infighting.
Oh, okay.
It's like weird. Not even infighting. It's like drama, basically.
Yeah, that's weird. Um,
Some people just got fed up with Bolsi, went their own way. It's odd.
yeah, it's at least you have a leftist party. Pakistan is all right wing.
Yeah.
The US is yeah, the US is
Jesus.
fascist and then center right or center left at
Hey,
best.
most Brazilian parties are right wing, but at least you have like two that are like electable.
Yeah, that's true. Uh,
This
I
kind of.
wonder what happens in France because he destroyed himself basically, Macron, and
Oh,
a fascist might win again, and then the next time. I mean,
Jesus. Yeah.
that's all. South America is the only place where it's like remotely somewhat hopeful. In I guess Portugal has a
Yeah, a
socialist
little
party, but I
bit.
know what happens with it.
A little bit. Like you have Boric in Chile. You have Evo Morales who got reinstated.
Yeah, the constitution thing was insane. If it happened, I don't know. I wonder what happens with the constitution now in Chile.
The Chile thing?
Yeah,
Oh, I heard about it.
because it
Apparently
failed the
rewrote their
plebiscite.
constitution. Apparently.
Yeah, it failed the
Catboy
plebiscite. So
Jazzy was still around. We could have asked him. I don't know.
where did Catboy Jazz even go?
I have no
I guess
idea.
I haven't seen Jazz Dog in a bit either.
I mean, with Catboy
But
Jazzy, like they popped up in chat like 2 days ago and just posted one scoots and left.
sure.
Absolutely, Giga Chad just scoots leave.
Yeah, the everyone has. I guess you. I also stopped posting in VGG for a while. I just watched some of Wash's videos.
Yeah,
I didn't watch anything
I
live.
also left for like 3 months. I can't even say. I also left for like 3 months.
The I don't watch Wash live as
VGG.
much.
Oh, I haven't watched Vosh live in like while. I
Mm,
mean, I watched the start of the Haas stream. He
that
was
was weird.
doing the game. He was
The
doing the
Haas stream
game
was very weird.
takes. Yes. I did
I
not
need some
watch the
crazy
debate
tankies to
though.
debate or something. Or like get on modern day debate and find crazy tankies or something like that. I'm so lazy though. I don't even plan streams.
I
It's
don't
always
know.
like very spontaneous.
Yeah.
But Spain, like in terms
Modern
of
day
this stuff, I haven't
debates, there's a
heard
lot
anything from
of
Spain.
shit like that, yes. What
I'm
you
not a
see a
good
lot of
streamer.
modern day debates is also a lot of Islam debates, funnily enough.
That yeah, that I don't want to get into that because it's very yes useless in a way. But maybe I could provide somewhat of a better perspective. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know
Uh,
that much about it,
yeah,
honestly.
I don't know either.
It's
I
just
don't
a
pay much
thing I
attention.
noticed.
Like the topic is Islam, right? Sounds so stupid. Like, what do you mean by that? How the hell are you going to
Yeah,
debate that? It's like
I
saying,
get it.
uh, is utilitarianism correct? How are you going to debate that on like a live stream, YouTube video or whatever? Uh, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Hmm. You've been up for a while. It's what uh, 1 p.m. over there or something or 2.
Yeah, it's 1 p.m. here.
Yeah,
I do
you're
not
wrong.
feel
I'm right.
sleepy.
You do feel sleepy or you don't. Sometimes it
I
just
don't.
goes over.
I
Yeah,
woke up
sometimes it just
I woke up at 5 p.m. yesterday, and I've been just going since.
yeah, I have a weird sleep schedule too. I have insomnia and everything. I've
But
been sleeping during the day
I
and
slept for like 16 hours before, so that's probably why.
yeah. Wasn't there a debate whether the
I
guy who was
slept for like
literally like
16
debating or whether or
hours.
not Allah was real? You can debate like I guess that's the thing. Like if you wanna explain something about like a religion, you can do that in a video. Debating makes no sense. Like
Yeah.
uh, because like there is Muslim like Muslim some Muslims scholars work in logic. They can do whatever like but they can explain things
It's a
but
little more interesting when you have like, I don't know, burqa ban debates between two Muslims or some shit like that.
yeah, between two
Or
Muslims.
rather, burqa requirement debates.
Yeah, that one's gonna be weird. uh, I guess like a Wahhabi Muslim from Saudi Arabia versus like a progressive Muslim from the West would be something. Or
Jesus.
uh, personally, like religion debates are only interesting if it's like a scenario that like is God real or not make is the most boring thing you can do
Yeah.
other than like the abortion debate.
Even that time when Vosh debated the Muslim
Oh, that was what was that about? I don't remember. Masturbation or something?
was porn and
Oh yeah,
masturbation.
yeah.
Yes,
He debated a
it
crazy
was
Christian
pretty
and then a crazy
funny.
Muslim. A
Like the guy basically tried to argue like apparently Israel used porn as a weapon against Palestine one time.
yeah, but
Like they
that's
just
like more
broadcast
demeaning stuff,
porn, and
right?
he's trying to argue it's like a tool of the devil. It's weird.
Turned out the guy was into chicken. What does that even mean? The guy was into chicken.
Turns out the guy
Which
was
one?
into children.
Oh, into
Yeah,
children. Oh, okay. I thought
I
I heard
think he
chicken.
defended like a 16-year-old marriage or some shit like that at the end.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
that.
That's that.
Yeah.
Wahhabis are like that. Wahhabis. I read chicken. I think I am tired. You're not, but I am.
I am never tired. I am woke.
Woke AF. The wokest of wokes. The the uh whenever I've had like interesting religious conversations, it's more about like understanding some Like either it's like some understanding some historical reason for something, or it's like a more philosophical thing where someone's like more knowledgeable than me who studied this stuff is telling me about it. It's never been
Yeah.
like an argument of what the hell will you do with that argument?
I don't do
Uh,
debates anymore. I used to.
oh, you did debates?
Like, oh God, oh God. One time I debated someone in chat for over 4 hours.
Oh, the
It
breeding
was
age
like
thing. Oh,
this
it's 4
kid.
hours. Yeah, that's like
They were trying to argue, I shit you not, they were trying to argue for Pizzagate, Marxism, Leninism, fucking what else? Like, they're trying to, like, I don't know if you know who Finbo is.
no. Uh, yeah,
Finnish
the guy would have been
Bolshevik.
funny.
It's a very old tanky YouTuber
Bring me
who was
stupid
caught,
people, and
like,
I'll
grooming a
mod the debates between
14-year-old.
them. Bring me stupid topics, and I'll mod debates between them.
Then
Like Crash
he was
Anarchy
trying
and
to argue that, like, yeah, he was trying to argue that Finbo, like, somehow didn't know the girl's age. I mean,
that's
it's
again.
possible, but there was no evidence whatsoever.
Why does is it always that?
I don't know.
Um, the but like Crash Anarchy and what was who Hunger Master? I think we're gonna Hunger
Oh,
Master
they're
gonna
gonna
debate
debate.
about
They're
whether
gonna debate.
Israel's worse or Saudi Arabia's worse, but they didn't decide.
Oh God.
Zoth is into
I'm
pizzaism.
gonna watch it live. I'm gonna watch it live. I can kind of tell how it's gonna go though.
It's just funny for me. I don't think either side is correct, so I don't care. Like, bring me
Yeah,
funny topics and I'll mod them.
I just I just don't care about answering the question is all. Personally,
Even more than
I
that,
don't
like
know. I don't know
Israel
who's
or
worse, like fucking Israel or Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
they're both just bad. The
Yes.
guy would have been funny though. We could have had a lot of fun with the other guy, not as a debate, just as a conversation. The guy was in chat.
I don't know
The,
why Hunga Master is so fucking insistent on arguing this.
yeah, I was like, they would be over it.
Like,
Like, oh, they talked about a debate, but tomorrow they're just gonna be like, no, that was stupid. But they're not.
also gonna debate like someone else besides Crash Anarchy apparently on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they found a
I wanted
chatter
to.
named President Calc. They want to
Oh yeah,
debate
yeah, I
as
remember, I
well.
remember. I remember they were talking about that. They said
President
something else
Falk.
before. Yeah, I was like President.
God.
That's made up. President Sunday and some folk together.
Nah,
It's
it's actually a chatter called President
Calc.
Calc.
Yeah, something
I
real.
see.
Oh,
Yeah.
President Calc is Saudi. I would have brought both of them together, like 2-on-1, 2v1. Hunger Master gets twice the time to speak, but then they go. It's like a Pokemon turn-based battle or something.
President Calc is Saudi, says Wrestling with the News.
Calc. Yeah. So,
Falk is German,
yeah,
Wrestling
Falk
with
is
the
German.
News. Falk is German,
Falk,
by the way.
yeah, Falk is German. Very German. I've heard their voice. Her voice. I've heard her voice. Uh, I haven't heard her voice after like she started taking like the HRT and stuff, but before I have before she transitioned. But it would have been funny, like a Pokemon turn-based battle where Hunger Master is like the boss and they're fighting. Crash Anarchy and this weird Saudi chatter
Yeah.
together. A Lebanese and a
Oh,
Saudi.
God.
What's Hunger Master is American, right?
Who? Hunger Master? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Hunger
HRT doesn't
Master,
change
like,
voice.
I don't know.
Doesn't it change
I
like
don't know. This
H?
motherfucker knows, like, he researches, like, every country.
I know that intonations and stuff changes with voice training, but like I'm talking more about the like frequency. I don't know what they're called, pitch, whatever it's called, like high and deep. This thing
Yeah, that's
doesn't it?
pitch.
Yeah, doesn't testosterone make your voice deeper or something?
Maybe.
I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. Or Mexican
If you're
culturally,
talking about, well, yeah, if you're talking about pitch,
yeah. But
probably.
those sort of stupid debates where I just be a mod and like I don't want to argue them, but I want to enjoy them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch. I'm not even like gonna fucking. I might like do a meme or two, but I'm not gonna comment. I'm just
If it
gonna sit there and
happens,
watch.
if it happens, I don't think like they have to schedule it, and that's not up to me. But they have to schedule it when I'm free as well. It's not reversible. That's interesting. That's gonna be hard for people going from like men to women if puberty is already hit. I actually wanted to have a stream with Neurotica and Cynthia. That would have been a very funny stream where we could react to stuff. But they're never around when I stream.
Erotica hasn't come to chat either. A lot.
Or like, or any code in a while. She commented yesterday. I'm so used to they
Oh
that I
yeah,
say
I
they for
remember.
everyone. I hope people don't start saying this is suspect. I start saying they for everyone now. You can
Oh
be on
Jesus,
Gabby.
it's
You can be
funny.
on right now if you want. We're not really doing anything. And we're talking about
Gabagool
literally
wants to
anything.
get on. Okay.
I can add them. I've literally just been adding more and more people, anyways. I literally streaming with someone is much easier than streaming alone. It's really hard just talking to yourself.
Yes. I tried streaming Mario 64, but I got distracted by VGG.
I sort of
Gabagool.
tried. Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
Gabagool.
um, yeah. Um,
I like the new mic.
oh, oh, thank you.
It catches your like. I'm not a sound person, so I don't know the technical terms, but it catches more of your frequency of voice, I guess. I don't know what to call it.
Uh, yeah, well, I'm like very close to my microphone. Like
Oh, okay.
because of the arm, you see? The
Oh,
arm.
okay.
I keep having
Yeah,
H's where it's not there and there, so
I'm like Eagle
Arm.
who's speaking into a walkie-talkie.
Speaking into a walkie-talkie. I have the arm, but I don't have like a
I
like
don't
a.
know. You're just holding a square there. That's all.
I have it. I have an
oh
arm,
and
but I'm sitting down and I don't have a consistent place to put it.
in the
It's the I see.
It's
and
a
you sound way better on your stream than
of course.
in VC.
I had to work really hard to get the Seren X to sound
Yeah,
good.
the VC quality is a little weird. The
Yeah,
audio is
it's
like popping.
crackling. Yeah.
Which one?
The
And
one on the
On
VC on the stream you sound fine,
that's weird.
but here
I
you're like crackling a little bit. It's weird.
Discord is maybe this one. What about this one? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but
I can. It's
same issue.
just the crackling. I don't think it's a microphone thing. I think it's a Discord thing.
Could be. The
It's
because
fine on the stream though.
that's but yeah, but that's why I tried. It's kind of weird, but whatever. It's not as important.
Yeah.
I guess if it's not. This one is like just the mic directly without anything.
Yeah, that's way better.
I guess for Discord it works better, but for stream the actual setting I did was better.
You're using
Yeah.
like a virtual microphone?
Yeah, I messed with a lot of stuff. I like on Discord as well. Like there's filters on Discord, and then there's like a third party app that sort of filters my voice and does some stuff. I had to work really hard for all
Yeah.
of that.
It's like I have easy effects, and also I can have noise storage, which is a noise suppression thing.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I just use
and this
my
is like a very
laptop
cheap
mic.
mic as well. I was having this problem, the reverse of this problem. Like my mic sounded fine when I was like getting my own audio from the mic to the headphone. So I guess that's what Discord is sort of getting, but it didn't sound good on stream. So there's something that's different for stream. I don't know what.
Your audio is good now, by the way, on the VC.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know why
saying.
it
Like
was crackling.
it's the opposite in stream. Like without the settings and everything, it sounds really bad on stream. And everyone else, I'm fine with. My own voice, I hate hearing. Mistress Lynn. You used to stream with a pro wrestler. That's kind of cool. Talking to an actual pro wrestler.
That's dank.
Yeah, my
Being a
mic
streamer
is
is really hard.
pretty.
It's really good.
Literally wrestling with the news.
My mic was pretty cheap. Like I saw Cinti. I asked Cinti for like mic advice, and she said, "Oh yeah, that my mic, it's like $50, and it came with an arm and a pop filter." And
Yeah, okay.
I would look online for a similar mic, and I got it. Not really need that very expensive mic to sound okay.
This one's a cheap too. Like it is more expensive than I think 50, but I have two filters as well, like pop filters. One's this one that came with it, and then one's this one. And then I got
Okay.
this bouncy thing that like does it stabilizes the movement.
Yeah.
And I have an arm.
Same thing here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
I just use laptop mic.
I think maybe Discord does some stuff on its own, and that messes with my setting, but I don't know what.
yeah. Well, maybe if you're using like crisp voice noise suppression, like it
Yeah, that
it
could
messes up your
That could
setup.
be.
Yeah, I turned that off as well.
If you already have noise suppression on like your virtual microphone, I think it's worth just disabling crisp.
Yeah, like all the Discord settings, crisp and
I mean,
other stuff as well.
At least,
But it's fine
at
now.
least you know there's a literal fucking plane over my house now, but I don't know if you can hear it.
No,
No.
not at all.
Yeah, at least that's good.
Yeah.
There are planes
and
that go directly over my house.
how's your
sounds-
weekend going, Gabby?
Well, I went and chatted with a social worker about like a lot of things. Like we started chatting about like social like trends in history, and like how like or the way we interact with each other, the way we interact with our own bodies are shaped by like the the social environment and the means of communication. Like you couldn't before internet, before mass medias, you wouldn't really interact with like figures of authority in like a visual way. Like you wouldn't really base your fashion on nobility on kings because you will never see them like ever. So, and also because their clothes they wore were prohibitively expensive, among other things. But like
Yeah.
there wasn't really anything to any kind of fashion. It was just you wear what's convenient and what other people are able to make for the amount you can afford.
I guess it varies. It wasn't like, of course, like fast fashion or whatever that keeps changing constantly. Because it was more
Yeah.
localized, like what sort of things you could come up with around you, from things around you, and how you can make them and shape them.
Yeah, you like well you also wore white clothes your um your family wore. Like if
You
your
made your
big
own
brother,
clothes.
yeah, or well your big brother, their clothes don't fit anymore. You inherited those, and which was also the case for us. Like our mother, like really didn't want to buy new clothes, so we would always end up with the clothes our older brothers
I've
wore.
done some of that.
Uh,
Um, but
some things change, some things remain the same.
yeah, I know that like everyone sort of knew sewing in like my grandmother and before that time. So like they used to like repair clothes a lot more as well, like patches
Yeah.
and stuff. And so just like if something tears, just buy new clothes or whatever.
Um. Yeah, and at some point, like your clothing was more patches than the actual original tissue.
I guess
And
depends on like how much money, uh,
how much you're
Those
willing to
that
put
fall
up with
asleep on stream.
like how much money would
repairing.
be like whether you have enough for new clothes or like a tailor or
Yeah,
whatever nearby and all that other stuff.
yeah.
Someone who can make
Like
completely new clothes.
we're we're talking mainly industrialization.
Yeah, but yeah, the in the US especially, like there's a lot of wastage of clothes. Like they have so many clothes and they just go through them so quickly.
Yeah. Well, I probably like not as much as you think. Like it's also like a marker of status. Like if you're able to waste clothes and like always wear something different, that's an indicator of status.
No, what
Um,
they do is like the really cheap stuff, like what's that thing? H&M and stuff, and Lululemon. And Lululemon is a bit more expensive, I guess. And they also go to like thrift stores to get clothing. Some people like that's a way of recycling, I guess, thrift stores. But uh, I've never had like a really big amount of clothes like that. I have like
um,
just,
it's
it's kind of surprising for me.
it's also a gendered thing. Like men they will wear the same shirts and same jeans all week long, and they never really get shit for it. And women they just oh, you're wearing the same skirt as like 5 days ago. Oh, you must be very poor. Um,
It's kind of weird. Like people should. Uh, use their clothes more, I guess, in a way.
Well, like it's a social thing. Like it's social pressures on people, and
Like even some people who wear different clothes, different days, can cycle through them more before like getting rid of them. I guess some people like just use shirts for like not just women but men as well, like just for a month and then change it or stuff like that.
and I'm probably overstating things.
Yeah.
It's
Like
unless you're like it's no, it's not really set in stone thing that it always happens like this.
yeah, I guess I use less clothes in general anyways, even if I have more, just keep using the same sort of clothes again and again. But
Uh, um,
I don't have any fashion sense anyway, so
well, that can be fixed. Well,
yeah.
like just it really depends where your priorities are or something. Like you,
Yeah, usually I
it's
just get
okay.
like one good pair of like joggers, one like a really good jacket that I just keep using until like I can get the next one. So it's
Mhm.
like one good thing that I can keep using for a few years, like 3, 4 years or 5 years, even if it's like something like a jacket or something.
Yeah, it depends on whether I'm going out. If I'm going out, I'll be changing clothes. But as long
Yeah,
as
that too.
I,
Like have clothes that are like only for going out, that you don't really wear that much otherwise, so they
yeah,
last longer.
well, for me, it's not. It's just once I like when like I wear the same clothes as long as like I come back from something, uh, and if I'm not going out in like a few days, I'll be wearing those same clothes without changing much. Well, like okay, call me dirty. That's what I want. Call me dirty.
No, no, man,
Um,
I can't do that. I'm very lazy with laundry as well. But so do you have any plans for today?
not much. I really like. I really don't have. I think so. I might be doing a lot of laundry, but that's not
Okay.
really exciting, is it?
No, I guess not.
I
It
have a
was
plan for
exciting for
posting.
my mother. We didn't have before. We didn't have like an automatic laundry machine. You had to do stuff with your
Well,
hand and stuff.
we do have. Oh, you had like the corrugated
Semi-automatic.
like
They were called
the.
semi-automatic. I don't know why they were like you had to put them in water first and then sort of like you had to load the water yourself and stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay. Okay, so
Uh,
like it's not like the old-fashioned corrugated plank that you rub clothes on.
no, no, not that ancient. That would have been my, I guess, grandmother or something. Zamp has nothing to say about fashion.
Yes,
That's
absolutely
okay.
nothing.
What kind of clothes do you wear, Zamp?
I don't know. I just wear shit like fucking. See,
Your daughter's in trouble, Mistress Lynn. On slippers,
Mm.
I like slippers. I think it's an ADHD thing for me, but wearing socks and then
Opinions
like
on
joggers or shoes.
slippers. Slippers are fine.
I like slippers.
Said racistly.
What does that even mean?
Okay's off.
Oh, another weird thing Americans do. Wearing shoes inside the house and then sometimes even on your bed.
Oh yeah.
It's a Brazilian thing. What's off?
And that's
Racist.
something I do
Brazilian thing.
sometimes.
Slipper
Oh
stoning.
wait, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Right. He thinks I like slippers because I am Brazilian. Well, I do like
Oh, okay.
slippers.
I am Pakistani and I
it.
like slippers.
Jesus.
So he could have used that for me.
I guess in Asian
soft.
cultures, well, I mostly heard about that in Japan, but I think it's in Korea too.
Yeah, like
Not being allowed to wear any shoes inside the house.
yeah, and we have slippers specifically for the washroom too.
You like Crocs off. You like Crocs.
Yeah.
Crocs are
fine.
disgusting.
No,
I'm also asking Zoff, by the way. He wants to answer. Brazilians always export slippers here. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Havaianas?
No, Crocs are
Havaianas.
You won't silence me on this, Evan. Crocs are
Crocs
disgusting.
be bad. Okay, Zoff, you're getting banned.
No, Crocs aren't bad.
Yeah, they are.
Zoff said I don't agree.
Why would they have holes in them? Why? And why are they that plastic foam stuff?
That's the thing, though. You can have fluffy Crocs. I've seen them, like ones with like sort of like this smooth, like those slippers for home, though that texture.
Yeah, but why not slippers?
I guess it's you can sort of use them on the outside as well. Like it's kind of like a fashion thing. I don't know. Like it's a fashion plus durability thing.
What a fashion thing!
Crocs do have Chad energy.
No, Crocs.
Speaking.
It started as like a joke and then it became serious. That's how usually stuff sort of starts.
Yes.
Like stuff that looks kind of stupid. Like
I
started as a joke.
I will never respect Crocs. Crocs, there are.
That's fine.
They are not good.
Scientists love them.
Why?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of scientists, like in labs and stuff, have them.
Like, what Crocs are good for?
There's so many.
Like,
I don't know
these days.
If you have, if you go outside and there's any kind of dust or gravel, it will go right through that.
No, not all Crocs don't have holes either. That's the thing. There's so
all
many
Crocs
types.
don't have. Then, what's the point?
The only thing consistent is like the shape, like that ugly shape, and then the internal material is always the same. That like that weird plastic thing. Outside it can be anything, but inside it's always that weird plastic.
What's the thing with the handle?
Like a flip flop, but you don't have the thing in the middle. You know, the thing in the middle.
I hate the thing in the middle.
You shove your toe and your other toe.
Yeah, like I don't want my toe to be forced away from my other.
Like
finger.
legit. I've had that shit hurt after a while.
What's the thing with like your handle?
Oh, that's for like outside. Like you kind of wear them like we call them summer shoes. Some people call them sandals, stuff like that. Oh, hey, Metro is here.
Hey, sandals, I guess.
You can join voice chat if you want as well. I can add you. make a party.
It's
Metroplex asylum.
it's like
But
we're a podcast.
Haven't seen Metroplex in
yes,
VGG either.
if someone had order or something, there could be a podcast if we all followed the schedule, and we had some order and planning. But I don't think
Um,
anyone's that responsible here.
Today is a rare occasion. I probably would have been asleep by now in any other day, but nope.
Me too, actually.
Eagle be like law and
Today is a
order
weird
and
day.
order. Law and order. I thought you were a cab.
What fucking
No,
law and
no.
order, Pogum?
You need someone for like, because you need to be on time every week, like if it's a weekly thing, and you need like some sort of format or something, like even loosely. Where do I add people? Oh, here we go.
I think it's just a matter of anarchy.
But then it's not fun for people if it's like too all over the place.
Yeah. Maybe the point is not to be fun. Maybe I like things that aren't fun.
Then streaming
Yes,
it isn't the point. Then you just
It is
do a
work at the end of the day.
then you just do a, what do you call that? A normal call, like we usually do.
And you know what you do with art? You eat it, as specified by early debate today.
You.
Yep.
Did Gabby?
That would have been so
Gabby,
fun.
did you see the debate in chat?
No.
It
What
was
is it
very
about?
fun. Oh,
That was very funny.
okay. Metro's coming back with headphones. Apparently, it was like the stupid person who was like, you should put art funding at the same level as food and shelter funding or something like that.
Yeah.
No.
Then Eagle
And
spent like 40 minutes memeing about eating paintings.
we also memed about like
Or people
how
they're just eating the paintings.
we also memed about like how art is like the
Yes.
lifeblood of the universe or something weird like that.
Yeah, I agree.
You also said art is the zomp of VGG.
Yes, I did say that. And then that person got a bit weird. Like he was saying the Holodomor. No, the Holocaust wasn't planned. Holodomor as well, but Holocaust as well.
Wait, it wasn't planned?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Like, I don't know. The moment you pop in and chat with, like, I look through their logs and their takes are like that all the time.
Wait, they're old? I thought they were just some new guy or something, some new person.
Like a month-old chatter.
Oh,
at
okay.
most.
Oh yeah, I just
Someone said
joined
they're
your chat.
DGG. I thought they were just trolling. I mean, some of
I don't
the
think
responses were
I
literal bot-like.
actually do have a theory of who that might be now that I think about it.
Who?
Okay, there's a very old chat meme called
Hello.
Peanut.
Metro's here.
I
Hey,
am.
So there's a very old chat user called PMOC.
Oh, okay.
I wonder, does Metroplex know?
Called
There was someone
PMOC.
who was being a bit weird.
Enoch?
No. Hang on, I'm gonna type this motherfucker's name because it is a little weird.
Oh, okay.
Like this.
Yeah, I don't know if I know them.
PMOC. No,
PMOC
they're
would come
probably an
in
old
chat
chatter.
and he would post this one copy pasta. It goes something along the lines of socialism is when red bar go up. No, blue bar emoji go down. Deficiency emoji, hunger, no food. Like it was fucking weird. And then one time they got banned a bunch of times, right? And then Like, I don't know. They also gave hints to actually being a fascist.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
This
But
person was just
they were
obsessed with.
racist against white people. Like,
uh,
legit, they would keep going like white men, Pepe mods.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The chatter
Then they
tonight
had like
was
3 accounts. They had like 3 accounts. And on the
okay.
last one, they dropped a fucking manifesto.
I hope they weren't involved in like a shooting or something.
Not
I hope
really a
not.
shooting manifesto. It was like a
Oh, okay.
letter to VGG or some shit.
Oh, like a Destiny manifesto then.
Yes. I
No,
think
okay.
Eagle wasn't in chat yet when this all
Oh,
happened.
okay. Yeah, I don't
A
know.
long ass time ago.
Yeah.
Metro.
What's up?
I'm interested in your profile picture. Is that like a Joker Stitch?
Yes,
Something?
it is.
Yes.
I saw it on Instagram and I thought it was cute, so now it's my profile picture.
Yeah, that's super cute.
Ain't it
It's
cute?
awesome.
I saw the. I mean, I saw that. Like I saved a few different Stitch ones because I've always loved Stitch my entire life. I mean my first book bag when I went to like preschool was Stitch. I love Stitch. I was a huge Stitch fan. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't because of like the whole like Joker thing like that I liked it. I like the way that they like put everything together and like the kindness and like the kind of Joker that he is. Isn't he like the he's the Jack Nichol's Joker in this picture, right? He's the one from like '89.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All colorful and like smiling. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
That
not
was
the
it. That was
fake
a good Joker.
the fake lipstick smile, but the real mouth smile.
Oh, that
So
reminds me.
I have a
Talking about
question.
Joker.
What were we initially talking about before I joined?
Oh, it's been a long time. Like I started with talking with wrestling with the news. We talked about like some politics stuff. Then I talked with Zamp a
Oh,
bit
okay.
about
So there
Brazil.
is no like
There is no
Consistent thread.
consistency.
Yeah, we talked about
and are
some
you
old
streaming
fashion with
on Twitch too? Or just
both. Yeah,
YouTube?
both.
You're streaming on both. Okay.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
my camera keeps freezing for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, Wrestling with the News had to stop himself from saying something because it would get him banned on Twitch. He said,
Mhm.
we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't get my man's banned now. Don't
We
do
don't know.
that stupid shit.
No one
Yeah,
knows.
I figured I'd ask, so that way I can put myself in check. But I'm
I
still
almost
working on my
got-
morning coffee, so I'm in no way, shape, or form. Like usually the wild side of me comes out at night.
I don't
Hey.
So we don't have to worry.
I don't even. I don't even know who follows me on Twitch. Like because I embed my YouTube stream. I have subscribers on YouTube. I upload shorts as well. But on Twitch, I literally don't do anything.
I couldn't believe that one short that you posted. I don't know what. I think it was about like it was something about YouTube, and that shit got like almost 2,000 views, and it was you just being like just making a stupid joke, and that shit got
that
like
short-
2,000
that
views.
short is
Why-
the one where he goes, "Why is YouTube?"
Yeah, why is
Something-
YouTube? YouTube
I
like,
think
all
it's
right, let me
because-
show him why.
I think it's because like shorts are you get more views in general. So, and the
Shorts
words
are
YouTube in the
weird.
title.
YouTube shorts are weird.
Yeah. No. The title was "Tell Me Why." So "Tell Me Why" I think is the song. So that's why I think it got so
Okay.
many views.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
That's true.
Tell me why I'm copyright strike so we can stop. I don't know
Yeah.
even know how that works. I don't think they would. I'm just joking.
No, you can sing whatever you want, but it's like, well,
No,
can't sing whatever
you'll
you
get-
want. But
I've been copyright struck before. I can't earn money, but I've been copyright struck. I don't know.
you've been
what they
copyright
want.
struck by humming a fucking song.
Literally anything. They're ghouls.
Damn.
I think I
music
got
industry is ghouls.
copyright strike for playing clown music one time.
They're good.
Cancel
What are they-
culture.
Like, what does
run right
Twitch like expect people to talk about? Like, because
Not
it's like,
Twitch, YouTube.
oh, YouTube. Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's true. It's like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
like
This
is-
YouTube with music and Twitch with like curse words and a lot of other stuff like as well. Like
I mean,
the
like,
cracker
but
thing.
Twitch, like, what do they expect you to like talk about? Like, what do they be like? I love water. You know, like talk about water. like, what do they want? Like,
They want
Eagle could do
sanitization.
it.
I could make
yeah, I
water
don't know
interesting.
what.
Like
They
wow,
want
look at this tap
unfettered
water.
capitalism.
And what
Eagle
sucks
doing
too
the I love water stream.
is
That would be
like,
funny. I want to be with Little Joe. Like I feel like our minds together could create something very fun.
Little Joe.
And, Big Joel
They
and
can.
Little Joel.
Big Joel,
Yes.
Little Joel.
Like the stream of consciousness itself.